have item 6.1, which is a resolution in support of Black History Month. May I get a motion on the resolution? Go ahead, Kristen.
I move that the board support the resolution in support of Black History Month for February 2022.
Excellent. Can I get a second? Nate has a second there. Kristen, would you like to read the resolution, and then to the, if we have, actually read the resolution, and then we have John McKay here to talk to the resolution as well, and then
All
we'll
right.
have more discussion.
Okay. Resolution in support of Black History Month 2022. Whereas Black History Month was first established by Carter G. Woodson in 1926 during the second week of February to encompass the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln on the 12th and Frederick Douglass on the 14th. Woodson's mission was to include African American history in the curriculum, where it was neglected or even absent. Due to his advocacy and scholarship, Black History Month became a national celebration in 1976. And whereas the 2022 national theme for the observance, as established by the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, is Black Health and Wellness. The ASALH states, quote, "Black health and wellness not only includes one's physical body, but also emotional and mental health." And whereas the Black community faces cultural and systemic barriers to an inclusive and equitable education, Poudre School District is committed to closing the equity and opportunity gaps for Black students and will create and uphold equitable, inclusive, and rigorous educational opportunities and experiences so that all of our Black students graduate with options. And whereas the Poudre School Board, administration, and staff are committed to making Poudre School District a welcoming community for all students and staff, and we recognize there is more work ahead of us. Equity, diversity, and inclusion are fundamental values in Poudre School District, ensuring that all students and staff are valued for who they are. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Poudre School District Board of Education does hereby proclaim the month of February 2022 as Black History Month in Poudre School District and encourages students, staff, and the community to honor American history as Black American history and to celebrate the excellence and enriching contributions made from our Black community of the past and in our present.
Thanks very much, Kristen. Superintendent Kingsley, would you like to take it from there?
Yes, members of the board, members of the community, joining us this evening to speak to Black History Month, our PSD Director of Language, Culture, and Equity, John McKay. And I'm also pleased to introduce the Executive Director of the Cultural Enrichment Center in Fort Collins, Mr. Jamal Skinner. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Superintendent Kingsley, Board of Education, PSD community. Thank you so much for your commitment and spending your time with us this evening. Mr. Jamal Skinner is the Executive Director of the Cultural Enrichment Center. Jamal and I have known each other for quite a long time through the music community, so it's very appropriate this evening that we are actually here with so many music educators, and thank you so much for inspiring our young individuals through the love of music. And so he has been a resident of Fort Collins in northern Colorado for 25 years. He's also a parent of a student in Poudre School District and a cultural advocate for many students in the district as it relates to their experiences and how their identity is upheld and honored in our schools. I'm thankful for his leadership and partnership with PSD as we strive towards inclusive excellence. Jamal?
So hopefully you can hear me. All right, first I want to say thank you to the board for even having me, and I'll be brief. I'm a little tired myself, I know we all are. Just to add, the Cultural Enrichment Center, for those who don't know, the Cultural Enrichment Center of Fort Collins, we're located on Linden Street here in Fort Collins. It's an after-school program that provides academic support, SEL support. We have programs for specifically Black and African American students in Poudre School District, middle and high school students. I started this program to honor my mother who passed, who worked, I'm from New York, worked with youth for over 40 years. Our mantra and motto is start where you stand. So I want to say thank you for the proclamation that the Board of Education here in Poudre School District is actually recognizing Black History Month for the month of February. My job with the students that I serve is to instill in them a sense of identity. We're all aware of the demographics that exist in Fort Collins, and as a result, some of them feel disconnected. The importance of learning your identity and your culture allows one to join a band or an orchestra or an after-school athletics and to be a part of this community. The focus of Black History Month, invented and created by Carter G. Woodson, was for the reason of giving people that look like me and look like them an opportunity to see themselves in the American story. We have been a part of the American story since 1776, and we are now in 2022. And so what I want to say is, with all proclamations, there needs ratification in order for it to become what it's supposed to become. So I'm hoping that this school district takes the time to understand the importance of this history, the story of Black people being woven into this story, and take the time on your own to learn a little bit and to give this information to our students. It's not just for the Black students, for us all. It's an American story that must be told. And thank you for having me.
Well, first I want to say thank you to John and especially to Jamal for sharing those thoughts with us. I really appreciate that. Gives some context to the resolution that we're talking about here. Having said that, would anybody else on the board like to make comments or go ahead, Kristen?
Yeah. Apparently I'm Siri. And I just wanted to say thank you as well to Jamal and to John for coming. And also to add to the BIPOC Alliance, who's going to be celebrating their annual community ceremony at the Foothills Unitarian Church on Saturday the 12th. So if you are interested at all in learning more about this, go ahead, and it's the BIPOC Alliance. You can find all their information on their website and on Facebook. So thank you.
Thanks, Kristen. Would anybody else like to share some thoughts? Okay, well, I will just thank the board again. I'm assuming we're going to pass this. We'll have a vote in a minute. But I think it is really important that we consider the contributions and make sure that the contributions that Black Americans have made to our country are recognized in forums like this, and in particular in our classrooms. So thank you again. Thank you again, John and Jamal. And with that, Lexi, would you please call the vote on this resolution?
DJ Anderson,
Aye.
Jim Brokish,
Aye.
Nate Donovan,
Aye.
Christian Draper,
Aye.
Rob Pedersen,
Aye.
Carolyn Reed,
Aye.
Jessica Zamora.
Aye.
Motion passed 7-0.